When I started my job at DXC Technology in October 2019, we were around 120 consultants. 1 year into the job, we were down in the 90s. And now, almost 2 years after I started, we are close to 35. Now, if you had a corporate job during the pandemic, you've likely experienced furloughs, people getting laid off, and other hiring restrictions. But even when things started to get better in 2021, the economy opening up, people getting vaccinated, new projects being signed, strangely enough, people quitting DXC didn't stop. And at first I was rationalizing. People quitting jobs is normal, nothing too alarming. But it got to a point, and I kid you not, around March or April this year, where I was receiving emails from people quitting every other week. You know, the email starting with, as some of you may know, this is my last day, blah, 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 blah. I thought DXC was unique and was having employee retention problems. But apparently, this phenomenon was happening all over America and actually has a name: the Great Resignation. And in this video, I want to dive deeper into it, tell you why millions of workers are quitting their jobs, how I handled it at DXC, and ask you a blunt question: should you quit your job too? I have to say, I panicked a little bit when I started to see that flood of people quitting DXC. I was always battling two people inside me. The one who says, "Who cares? You have a competitive skill, you can find another job easily." And the other one saying, "What a loser. You teach job searching and you'll be jobless." I needed to know why all of these people were quitting. Was it something personal, or was it something I didn't know about DXC? Ultimately, I needed to know, should I quit too to save myself, or should I stay? So I started investigating, and I discovered this phenomenon is more complicated than expected. People quitting jobs is something normal, but in 2020, this normality was disrupted. Let's face it, anyone who had a stable job in 2020 wanted to keep it despite our individual situation. The economy was uncertain, and finding a new job during a pandemic is not an easy task. Most of us would rather get a full paycheck from our job than the stimulus paycheck given by the government. And that meant that even if someone hated their job or thought about quitting, they stayed for another full year in 2020. But then when the economy opened up and got better in 2021, well, things changed. People were seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. They felt there was less risk. So all of these people who thought about quitting had their opportunity to do so, and many seized it. And as a result, in April 2021 alone, 4 million people quit their jobs. But wait a second. I can't believe 4 million people quit their jobs in April simply because they already wanted to quit back in 2020. And I have proof. My director quit in late April, not to another job, but to spend time with his family and travel for a bit. Something else was up, so I kept investigating and reading the news. Well, according to the NPR journal, another reason that justifies the Great Resignation was the free time the pandemic gave us all. It gave us time to think. Staying at home for a whole year isn't without consequences. Some people commuted and had many responsibilities that simply vanished and were replaced by hours moving your mouse so that you're not away on Teams and show you're a hard worker. Sorry. I meant were replaced by hours of reflecting about their lives and what they want to do. Take Jonathan Caballero, for example, a software developer who realized life was passing by too quickly. He said, "I think the pandemic has changed my mindset in a way like I really value my time now." Some people, including me, are so caught up with work and with their routine that they don't have the time to think about where they're heading. People realized if they do nothing, they will wake up one day at 50 years old and ask themselves, how did I get here? NPR also says many are rethinking what work means to them, how they are valued, and how they spend their time. It's leading to a dramatic increase in resignations. And NPR made sense. My director took some time off to unplug from work, right? But I heard from him shortly after. I discovered he left the industry I was in. If you're new here, I work as an IT consultant, more specifically with a software called Workday. He mentioned he didn't want to do that anymore, and that's why he took a couple of weeks off, just chilling, then moved on to a new senior role in a completely different company. Maybe that was one reason people were leaving. They had time to think and told themselves, this is not something I want to keep doing for the next couple of years. So they left to try a new job or just take a couple of weeks off. And I think after the year we had last year, many people needed it. But not so fast. Thanks to LinkedIn, I noticed many of the people who left DXC stayed in the same industry. And worse, they left to get the same job at competitors' firm. What the hell? Not sure if that was the result of reflecting on their lives. So surely there was another reason that explained them joining the Great Resignation. Well, the Peterson Institute for International Economics may have found the answer. According to them, job opening rates increased dramatically starting in March 2021. More job openings equal more people quitting. Because there was so many job postings open, the power shifted back from employers to workers for the first time since 1980. People became more confident and had more choices seeing all the jobs available. So they want to pursue what pays more and offers better conditions. So I told myself some of these people who quit DXC may have gotten jobs that pay more or with a better benefits package or offer better security. We'll never know. There are many other reasons why people are quitting. The most popular one is companies asking their employees to come back to the office full-time or without any flexibility. But that wasn't the case personally at DXC. We were already 100% remote even before the pandemic. Anyway, thanks to this research, I now had almost all the cards in my hands, so I asked myself once and foremost, should I quit DXC and join the Great Resignation? I decided not to do it because I'm not a bandwagon. No, more seriously, here's what I realized and what questions I asked myself before making this decision. Did I want to quit before COVID? I didn't want to quit before COVID, and nothing made me want to quit before COVID, and nothing has really changed in my job. So I had no intention of quitting even after the economy opened up. Number 2, does DXC no longer fit with my career plans? Alright, I have to say, the pandemic gave me time to think about my life, my career, but the only thing I realized was that I need to double down on this YouTube channel and create even more content and be part of even more entrepreneurial projects. That's why you need to hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. Anyway, which aren't really related to DXC, so I had no impact on whether I needed to quit or not. And number 3, can I get a better benefit package and conditions at another firm? In my opinion, you will always find another job that pays slightly more or that offers a better benefits package. But at what price? I had friends and colleagues I liked, I had my safe space at DXC, and I had my routine. I didn't want to change all of that for an extra 10 or 15K a year. What about you? Ask yourself, did you want to change jobs before COVID? Did the pandemic change you in any way that makes your current job irrelevant? Or maybe can you get a better pay that will significantly change your life? Reflect well on this because I need to tell you, there are some people who quit DXC back in February and March, who are now messaging us back, asking us to come back simply because they joined the bandwagon before questioning themselves and now hate their new company and would love to return back to DXC. So be careful in your choices, because there are advantages not to join the bandwagon and stay at your job. If you stay, you may reap some rewards. Companies are desperate to increase retention by giving out bonuses and better conditions. I had a PwC partner messaging me, asking me for my advice on how to retain employees. Here's the proof. My friends at other companies are all getting bonuses and pay increase to stay. Now is the best time to negotiate your salary, your position, or your responsibilities if you truly like your current job. When I stayed through the rough period between March and June, it helped me get more responsibilities and higher visibility, and I even got promoted in July to be a manager. Me, a manager. I didn't expect it, not so early in my career, and that's why I declined. But that's a subject for another video. Crazy times we're living in. Tell me in the comments, did you join the Great Resignation? If so, are you happy at your new job? If you lost colleagues like me, tell me, how did you cope with depression? Because believe me, it wasn't easy. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one. I have tons of updates for you guys in the next few weeks. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.